Hey there, New Beginnings. It's me, Pastor Danish House, and back there is Rachel. And this is a video to help you get familiar with how the voting process will work at the annual meeting on Sunday. We're trying a new thing out. Because of the coronavirus pandemic, we wanted to make it possible for people to attend the annual meeting without being here live and in person. And that means that we're going to have the meeting both in person and on Zoom. And so what you'll do if you're not attending in person, what you'll do is you will log on. We'll send out the Zoom link. Did we already send the Zoom link?
Yep.
We sent out a Zoom link to you already for the annual meeting. You'll go to your email, you'll click on that Zoom link, and it'll pull up the Zoom window, and you'll be able to see and hear everything that we're doing at the annual meeting. You'll also be able to see who else is attending the meeting um, by Zoom. Now, you're welcome to have as many people as you want watching the same screen using Zoom. That's fine. You have one computer where you're watching on Zoom, and that's great. But when the time comes to vote, of course, in order for us to vote in a way that's a secret ballot and secure, while people are not in the same room, we needed some way to vote electronically. And in order for that to happen, each person who's voting needs to have a separate device. Okay? Each person who's voting will need a separate device. What's a device? Well, a computer is a device. A smartphone, a smart cell phone is a device. Or a tablet like an iPad or what's the Amazon one?
Kindle.
The Kindle. Does Kindle do
Kindle
that?
Fire.
Kindle Fire can do that, and the Google Chrome tablets and
You
stuff.
have to have access to your email and the internet on your device.
So yeah, that's a good point. So it has to be a smartphone where you can access the internet and your email on your smartphone, a computer where you can access the internet and email, or a tablet where you can access the internet and your email on your device. What's it going to look like? Well, it's going to look like this. When the time before voting starts, even at the beginning of the annual meeting, before the annual meeting, you'll get an email with a link to log in to the voting system. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so here, what you can see is here's my email. It comes from Nemo Vote Cloud. That's the name of the company that we're using for our voting system. Nemo Vote is the company, and it's the Nemo Vote Cloud has sent you this email. And let's look at the email. It says, "Hello, Danish House. These are your account credentials for Nemo Vote. My username is danishhouse@newbeginningscma.org. My password is capital H9, lowercase SPRL, capital V, capital I, capital B, capital E." Now, for the annual meeting, my password will be different, so you can't log in and vote for me. Don't even try it. Then there'll be a link to enter Nemo Vote, and it tells you to please change your password after the first login. Sincerely, your Nemo Vote team. Okay, so my username is my email address that it's been sent to. That's why you need to have access to your email on the device you're voting on. And then there's my password. I'm just going to double click on my password so that I have that there, and I can keep that copied. Okay, so now I'm going to click on this link. Here it's https cma.nemovote.com. Okay, that's the link for my vote. All right, let me just make sure this is full screen for you because I'm pretty sure it's not. All right, so here we go. Share screen Nemo. There we go. All right, and boom. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I've come to the Nemo Vote screen. Right? It says there's the big Nemo logo. I want to do it in English. Okay, I'm going to type in my username. My username is my email address, danishhouse@newbeginningscma.org. Whatever. Org, yeah. And then I'm going to paste in the password that I copied from my email. Notice that then the login button becomes dark, and I'm going to click the login button. Do I want to save this?
No.
No, I don't want to save my password. Okay, so here we are. we're at the NemoVote screen. I've got 4 options. Actually 5 things I can do here. One is change my password. I'm not going to change my password right now. But when you log in, you're certainly free to change your password, and then we don't have your password or anything like it, okay? So this makes sure it's completely secure. I have 4 then, once I've changed my password, I have 4 other options. My votes, I can chat, I can change my profile, and I can find out about NemoVote. I have no idea what the chat is. Does that mean you can
The
chat?
chat means that if you wanted to send me a message directly during the meeting, it would pop up on my computer, which I will have running the administrator side of this voting process.
Rachel's going to be the administrator of the election. She will not be able to see how you vote.
Correct.
Okay, your vote is a secret ballot. But you can chat with her about technical support questions using that button. But the main thing that matters is this section here, My Votes. So I'm going to click on My Votes, and here it pulls up the menu for the election. Now look at what's on there, okay? It says Open Votes. Those are the elections that we are having at that moment. And then there's Closed Votes. Those are the votes that we finished, okay? So you'll have this screen open, and you'll be watching on Zoom, and we will get to the portion of the meeting where we're going to vote. Okay, so the first thing we'll vote on will be officers, electing officers, and I'll say, and in the annual meeting on Zoom, I'll say, okay, here's the officer that we're going to be voting on now. Okay, in that instance, we're going to vote on the officers one at a time. We have 1 nomination for each office, and you can vote yes or no or abstain.
Yes.
You can vote yes, no, or abstain on that officer. And for officers, we require a 2/3 yes vote in order for them to be elected. Okay? So you can vote yes, no, or abstain. So the officer votes will show up first. And then so we'll have 1 officer vote come up, and in that menu, a vote will appear. So actually, Rachel, why don't you show me what that looks like?
Hit refresh.
Okay. It says a new vote opened. Please click here to vote. So I'll click on that, and whoa, there's my first voting option. What is your favorite vacation destination? So snowy mountains, lakeside retreat, sunny beaches, cruise, theme park, or stay home alone. I think I'm gonna say lakeside retreat, and I click on that. That's the one I want. Now when you're voting on officers, there'll be 3 options: yes, no, or abstain.
I have one of those to show you later.
Okay, and that'll be later. But whatever the vote options are, you'll select the one you want. So for me, it's lakeside retreat. Okay, and I click submit vote. Notice a little pop-up comes. It says, are you sure to cast this selection? Did I get the right one? I look at it again. Okay, yeah, lakeside retreat, that's the one I want. So I click yes. My vote was recorded. I'm not allowed to see the results until that vote is closed. Okay, and I go back to my votes. All right, now look. Now in my votes, here are the votes that are open. Okay, there's other people who still have to vote, let's say. But I see, what is your favorite vacation destination? That one's opened. And it's going to close at some point, and I've voted. All right, so now Rachel is going to close that election. Now that everybody has voted, she's going to close the election.
Yep. So refresh.
I'm gonna click the refresh button on my browser. It opens it up, and look, now it's not an open vote, it's a closed vote. What's my favorite vacation destination? That one is a closed vote, it's finished. I have 1 action available to me. I can see the results. I click on that. Okay, Snowy Mountains got no votes. Lakeside Retreat got 1. And how many in total? Okay, so I'm going to go back, and I'm back to my main screen. Currently, there's no open votes assigned to me. But now we're going to open the second election for the second officer or what have you. So Rachel's going to open the second election. It says a new vote opened. Please click here to vote. The other option is I could refresh my browser. And here, I've got 2 open votes now. Look at that. Are you happy? And what is your favorite season? Let's vote on are you happy? You're voting with your voting right. Okay, so are you happy? Yes, no, or abstain.
That's what the elder and the other position votes will look like.
So the officer votes will have those 3 options: yes, no, or abstain. Am I happy? I'm going to abstain from that vote right now. I'm pretty happy, but of course there's a background anxiety with all the crazy things that are happening in our country right now. So I'm going to abstain. I don't feel like either yes or no fully encapsulates how I feel. I'm going to submit my vote, cast that selection. That one has been completed. Now I still have 1 open vote. What is your favorite season? I'm going to click on, under the actions bar, I'm going to click on vote. And okay, what is my favorite season? Is it spring, summer, fall, or winter? No question, my favorite season is fall. So I submit my vote, yes, and that's my vote was recorded. Go back to my votes. Now Rachel's going to close these 2 elections.
So you should see on your screen that the Are You Happy has both votes have been done. It should say, just sure say 1 of 1 or 2 of.
Mine says 1 of 1. Let me refresh and see. It still says 1 of 1.
So it won't close until all of the votes are in.
Okay.
So mine has to go in as well. Put my vote in. Sorry, switching back and forth between screens.
It's okay.
Back to my votes. And refresh.
I'll refresh as well.
Stop. Stop.
Oh, okay. Are You Happy has now closed. It says 1 of 1 vote for me too, I think.
So they won't know, you
Look
won't
at the
know how many
results.
people are voting until the very end.
So, are you happy? Apparently someone else in this office is happy. So they voted yes. I abstained. I know that, so I'm that one. Okay, and there's 2 votes total. Okay, go back. There's the election. What's your favorite vacation destination? I think I'm the one who voted on that one. And what's your favorite season? What's your favorite season?
Winter.
Winter. There you go. So that is voting for the annual meeting. It's through a program called Nemo Vote, which will happen in your web browser. You're going to get that email. You're going to click on that link. You're going to put in your username and password, and then you'll be ready. And when a vote opens up, whether it's for an officer or for a bylaw change or for the budget, your options will come up. You'll cast your vote, and then you'll be able to see the results at the end of the election. It's also possible, and this is the way meetings work, that over the course of the discussion, let's say a discussion on the bylaws or a discussion on the budget, that amendments will be made to the item up for discussion. We can make those amendments right on screen. Rachel can enter those in so that you can vote. Let's say there's a motion that's made that has to be passed. You can vote in that way. I think for many of the motions, we will just have you put up your hand on the Zoom screen and vote in that way, so that we can count the vote that way. But for things that need a secret ballot, we'll be using Nemo Vote to cast those ballots. Your vote is secure. We can't tell how you vote. All we can tell is whether or not you've voted, which enables us to determine if we've got everybody's votes in. Okay? If you have any questions, you can give us a call at the church office, or send us an email, church@newbeginningscma.org, and we'll do our best to answer that for you. But again, important things to remember. You can all watch the Zoom on one computer if you wish, or separate computers, however you want. But every person who is voting is going to need a separate device. And that's going to be either a computer, a tablet, or a smartphone with access to the internet and your email address.
If you only have one device in your home that works, you can log in and out, each person taking their turn. It'll be a little more complicated, but I was able to have, because I have a laptop, I was able to have one browser open with the administration part of it so that I could send the ballots, and a different browser open with my login for my personal votes. So there are ways around it, but just make sure you give us a call and chat with us if you're confused so that we can help get everything ready.
Now, if you're a person who does not have a computer, a smartphone, or a tablet, you're probably not watching this video. But maybe you're helping somebody who has that situation. We have made it possible for those individuals, those specific individuals, to call in or text message in to the church cell phone, and we will secretly put their ballots in, put their votes in, and then delete their votes so that it can't be, no record is kept. In that instance, the people who receive your vote will know how you voted, but we'll make sure that they're input correctly, and your vote will be counted. People who are in the annual meeting in person can still use a cell phone or a tablet to cast their votes. That's what I'll be doing. But we will also give you the opportunity to vote by paper ballot if need be. Okay? Hope that's not too confusing. I hope you're a little bit more, you feel like you sort of understand how it's going to work. And of course, we'll be walking you through it on the day as well. See you Sunday at 2 o'clock for the annual meeting. Love you, New Beginnings, and we'll talk to you later.